So today when I'm filming this, it's my birthday. Actually, I'm filming the day before my birthday, but when this video goes up, it will be my birthday. So today I decided to try all of these new products that I actually got in my latest Sephora haul. And I will be trying this new Makeup Forever HD Skin Glow Foundation. I will try compare it to this one. I'll swatch it and kind of give you my thoughts, how it is different. I already did my brows, so this combo I have been loving lately. My Gucci brow in the shade 03 Brown with my Rare Beauty lifting gel. I love this combo so much, so that's what I'm wearing on in my brows. Okay, so let's start with a sunscreen. This is new to me. This is by Purito, the Daily Soft Touch Sunscreen, and this is SPF 50. I've tried it a couple times and I love it. It's a Korean brand. It is white, but it doesn't leave that white residue on the face. It's more kind of like a moisturizer. So that's what I really like to wear underneath my foundations. I don't really like to put a primer, just a moisturizer and a sunscreen, and I'm good to go. Okay, so let's get into this foundation. So I have the original Makeup Forever HD Skin, and this is in the shade 1N06, and I picked up a mini Makeup Forever HD Skin Glow Hydra Glow Foundation, and this is in 1R02. I'm thinking this would be a better shade match for me, but let me show you this one, the 1N06. I don't want to pump out too much. I want to see the difference. So look how cute this is. It has a pump as well. Interesting. So this is the old version, the 1N, which is the neutral undertones, 1N06, and this is the Skin Glow 1R02 right here. So let's see the difference. Yeah, this has more pink undertone, which is perfect for me. And this is more neutral, more yellow undertone. So right away, I can see the difference. This is a little bit more glowy. It looks a little bit more hydrating. You can see the glow on it right there. You see? And then this is the original, which is still very lovely. Like, I have dry, mature skin, and this one works really good as well. And right away, I can see that this is kind of drying down, more powdery, and this still, it's maintaining that hydration. So let's apply it to the face. I'm really excited. So I hope that's kind of give you an idea. I didn't want to buy the big one because I still have this one. I can always combine this too if I want. Plus, I can use this when I go on vacation. I really love how cute this is. Maybe I can even keep the container and fill it up with whatever foundation I want. But let's add some on the back of the hand, just one pump. And I'm gonna go with my Makeup by Mario F4 brush and use this big size. And just spread it around the brush and apply it. Oh yeah, the shade is actually a perfect shade. I'll zoom you in just a little bit more here. Very nice. So I kind of used all of it, and we'll see if we need to add more. I do have a concealer as well that I want to use. So I don't know if I'm going to add more. I don't want to have too much product. But oh, wow. Look how beautiful that looks. I'm actually impressed. It feels like I don't have any foundation on my face. Let's build it up. So I added half a pump more. And I'm going to use my sponge. So I'm going to use my finger and grab it and just dab it. And now I'm just going to go with my dampened sponge and see how this works as well. Ooh, super natural, super glowy and healthy. I'm impressed. And I actually love this shade. So it took me years to realize that I'm actually more of a rosy undertone than neutral or yellow. I would rather go for the rosy tones. I think it just matches my skin tone better. I'm actually loving this foundation. Ooh, I think I love it more than my original one. Definitely, you know, if I keep using this and run out, I will definitely purchase the bigger size. But I do want to see how long it lasts. That's one thing I want to try and see. Right now it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I will definitely keep it till later in the evening, just for my own purpose, to see if it's really worth purchasing the bigger size once I finish this, of course. I really didn't want to purchase another big foundation because I have so many and I can't get through all of them and they're gonna expire. So far, this is amazing. Okay, so I do have dry mature skin, and I picked this one up because, actually I should use this one too. It came with the Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump and the Tarte Shape Tape, the original, so not the one that's hydrating. I would have preferred the hydrating one because I like hydrating stuff on my face, but this is the one that came, and then you get this lip product for free. So I said I should try it. This is in the shade 12 and Fair Neutral. I did try it once and I actually loved how it looked. So I'm just gonna go with very minimal, and you just add here and 2 dots there. Not much. I just want more of that brightening effect, not too much coverage. That's not what I'm going for. A little bit more coverage in this area, but very minimal and more brightening. So that's why I picked this one up. But look at the foundation. It looks amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna use my dampened sponge for this, and I'm just gonna spread it downwards, most of the product, and then whatever I have on my sponge, I'm just gonna slowly bring it underneath, but not too much in those lines, in those fine lines. I just want mostly in this area with just a little bit of touch there. And look, that looks really pretty, right? Let's do the chin, a little bit on the nose here, forehead. See, again, I didn't want to add too much here on the forehead because of the fine lines. I don't want too much product. So now let's work this area up here. So same thing, I'm just gonna focus it mostly here in this little triangle, and then whatever I have left, just gonna slowly bring underneath the eye and do the eyelid. I really love the coverage so far, and I've been loving this brightening effect that it gives me. It makes me really nice and awake and bright. I love it. So far, I'm liking this. I will definitely keep using it, especially for that brightening effect. Now let's go on, move on to a bronzer. So the bronzer that I have today, I picked up again another mini because I have so many bronzers. And this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Luminous Bronze Light. Should I go? No, you know what? Let's use Hourglass since it's an Hourglass product. I'm going to go into my big fluffy Hourglass brush and just bronze up the face. Wow, it's really pretty. Like, the formula is so easy to work with. It's so lightweight and just like a veil of color. Okay, so let's put the hair up just a little bit while we bronze up the face here, because I don't like when the hair just gets stuck to the face. Look how pretty that is. It's so natural. I actually want to use this on my eyes today too. Maybe we'll use it a little bit. I'm not sure if it's meant for the eyes, so don't follow in my steps. Do your research, but I do want to use it on my eyes too. So definitely it's a nice bronzer, and if I wouldn't have had this many bronzer, or maybe one day I will purchase the big one. We'll see how long it takes me to kind of use this one. But again, you can use this as a mini eyeshadow. You can bring traveling. That's another reason I bought this, because I know that the bigger size is more expensive, and I already have so many bronzers, and I could not go a Sephora sale without purchasing another bronzer. Definitely recommend it. Let's move on to blush, and this is a YSL blush that I purchased, and I think it's a new shade, shade 23. Like, look how pretty that is. I'm gonna use this new Morphe X Aerial brush, which is a blush brush. So pretty. And then let's see. I didn't get a highlighter, did I? No. I love this brush. I've used it before. I think I still prefer something like this for a blush. More like this Hourglass, or more like this Patrick Ta for Face compared to this one. But you know what? It works really nice still. But I think the other brushes just do a more better job at distributing the product. Let's try this Patrick Ta for face brush. Yeah, it's definitely more natural spreading than this one. So let's just blend this one as well. Still a good brush. However, I think that I prefer this style better. You can always use that one for more like of a highlighter. I definitely see a little bit, very tiny creasing, but that's very normal because all of my concealers eventually crease, but it's not as bad as I thought for it being such a very thick, high coverage concealer and me having dry skin and fine lines under the eyes. I still think that my under eye area looks quite good. Okay, so let me zoom you in to show you more. Oh yeah, the foundation has settled. It looks very natural and healthy looking, not as super glowy as when we first applied it, which is interesting, but it's not drying or anything. It still gives you that nice, healthy and glowy effect. That's why I don't think I'm gonna use powder on my skin. But we do have this new powder by Dior, and this is the Dior Forever, what is it called? Nude Matte Powder in 01 Fair. And I'm gonna use this brush that I picked up, the Morphe X Ariel, but this is the A14. The big one was A22. And I'm just gonna powder my eyes here. I think this is just perfect, and it's also perfect to powder underneath your eyes with this brush. But since I have dry skin and all this product, I really don't want to add any more, but we can add a little bit of powder here. Let's try. Do you see any difference? I can't really see a difference. I love my Dior powders, but I guess it covered the pores a little bit, but I can't really see a difference. Yeah, and I don't want to add like anywhere else because I don't want to make my skin look drying, even though it's not a drying powder, but with so much product, I don't want to create more dryness for my skin. Okay, let's do the eyes. I was going to go into I was still going to use my Danessa Myricks 7 palette, but I do want to use this Hourglass as my shade in my crease here. I'm going to use my BK Beauty 201, and I think that this is going to make it look very tied together because this is the bronzer we have all over the face. Of course, you can go into any of this Danessa Myricks matte shades, but I want to use this as my transition shade here. Oh, it's so pretty. This reminds me like the Dior palettes. The formula feels exactly like that, like very lightweight and very different than a regular eyeshadow. It feels super soft. I am so excited for my birthday. I will have my son's not here, unfortunately. He's in Ontario with hockey, but I will have my parents come over, and I kind of have an idea because I chose some of the products or things that I wanted, and it's not makeup this time because I've already shopped the Sephora sale, so I don't really need much more makeup. I asked for a Brother electronic sewing machine because I sew so many things lately. Let me show you. I have this wristlets, and I have my brand name right there. It's so cute. Look, Cuddle, and you can attach your phone, your wallet, whatever. So I have a bunch. They're all gonna be on my Etsy, but I have a bunch of colors, and I'm gonna make more. Then I have this baskets that they actually roll up if you want to make it even bigger. I have 2 of them. And then I have a green one. I quilted them. And then here is the brand. And I've also have a bunch of wallets that I created. Zippered wallets. Look how pretty that is. I love this fabric. I gave it a green zipper. And then inside, it has my brand. So yeah, and one of my favorite things I've done are, like, look at all this. If you love to read, if you love your Kindle, or if you love any type of like a mini tablet, these are for that reason. So which one should I show you? Let me show you this green one. So again, in here, I have the brand, and then you can fit a book or a Kindle. They're all on my Etsy with the pricing, and then you can see what you can fit in them. Then I have this beautiful pink one. I have another white with teal. I have this one with green leaves, and then I have this one with pink polka dots. I have the brand of this one right there. So yeah, I have a bunch here, and I've been sewing so much. I have a bunch more other products, but those are my favorite. I have makeup bags as well, so if you're interested, check out my Etsy. I will have it linked down below. But I got a new sewing machine, and I'm excited to use it and create more little makeup bags. I have a couple that are waiting to be sewn, but anyways, yeah, I wanted to tell you that. That's what I'm getting for my birthday, I know for sure. And also, as we choose a color from the Danessa Myricks here, which one, what should we do today? I don't know what I want to do. I want to play with this color, add this all over the eyelid, and then play with this black and create like a nice liner maybe. You know, let's dive into this. And I'm just going to use my finger. It has like a purple shift. It's so pretty. So I'm getting that from my parents. But my husband, I asked my husband if I can get a new vlogging camera, which is a camera that I think I can use to film sitting down videos like this. And that's the DJI Osmo 3 Pocket camera. I'm so excited to try it. I do have my DJI Osmo mic, and I'm excited for that camera. I've seen so many good reviews on it, and I'm excited if I were to use it when we go traveling and vlogging. I cannot wait to go somewhere just to use that camera. Like, look how pretty this blue is, right? Okay, let's get into that black. That's a scary black, actually. Let's try this one, BK Beauty 210. So I'm gonna go into that black color. Just want to intensify this outer corner here. So yeah, I'm excited for that camera. I'm gonna have to play with the settings and see how I like it and see what I think about it, but I'm sure I'm gonna love it. So that's what I'm getting. I know for sure I'm getting for my birthday. That looks really pretty. Just want to blend it so that it's not too sharp. Okay, so do the same thing on the other eye. I will intensify it a little bit more. Oh, that's so pretty. The smudging, not the smudging before the smudging. It's so nice and intense. Just gonna smudge it a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit more on the other eye as well. Maybe I should have done this before the sparkles. Yeah, so definitely if you wanna play with this, just do the black first and then add the sparkles. Oh, that is really pretty. I actually love playing with black eyeshadow and just intensifying this outer V and smoking it out a little bit like that. I think it looks really pretty. Definitely recommend this palette. It's so good. You can do so many things with it, and don't be afraid of this blue or this sparkly blue. It looks really pretty. Okay, so let's quickly do my eyelashes with my mascara. Enjoy this intermission. This is my Tarte mascara, tubing mascara. I use this in every video. Enjoy this intermission. I'll be right back with some luxury lip product. Here is the complexion all done. I will give you my final thoughts on all these products as soon as we're done the lips. But yeah, here's a close-up. 4 of these products. I bought 4. I think I'm going to use this one, Soft Nude. This is the Lip Contour Stain by Huda Beauty in the shade Soft Nude. I have the other 2 brown colors. I don't remember their names. And I also have that Baby Doll Pink. I did talk about them in previous videos, so I'm not going to bore you, but here they are. And then I'm going to go with the Soft Nude. Soft Nude, I wish this was a little bit more nude than it is. It still transfers quite intense. I have to really pay attention or else I can't talk of this. You see the color, like what I'm talking about? A lot of people love this Soft Nude, but I'm not. I mean, I am a big fan. However, I wish it was more this color, which is not, you see? So keep that in mind, but it's a pretty color still. However, if you're expecting this latte type of brown, you won't get it. One of the things, like, look how dark this is. This is more like of a fall type of lip. But one thing I need to work on is definitely doing my lip makeup. That's one thing I'm still kind of struggling. You see the color? It's kind of interesting because I think, where are my other ones? The other colors are more, I don't know, not as intense. Maybe that one is. So this is nude brown. You see how it transfers on the hand? And then look how it transfers on the lips. It transfers more like this one, which is the darkest one, which is a warm brown. And then the middle one is toasty brown. But this transfers very dark. I don't know why. Okay, I know I have dry lips. So let's apply my new luxury product. And this is a Armani Prisma lip gloss. And the shade I picked up is 03. It's so pretty. I don't own any Armani lip products. Here's the doe foot applicator, very straightforward. You can give this lips a little bit more life. Definitely recommend this one. I have been using it and I have been loving it. Super close up one more time of the face, the eyes, and the lips. I didn't go with this lip product today because I wanted to try out that Armani one, but I will show you the shade I got. Look how pretty that is. This is called Candy Cane. I love this one, Candy Cane. It's very good on the lips and it has a very nice tint. Okay, final thoughts on all these products. Let's start with, okay, this is not from Sephora, but I have to tell you, the Purito sunscreen, definitely recommend. You can buy it on Stylevana, on any of those Korean skincare websites. Really, really good. Love it. The foundation definitely created that HD effect. Now, what I've noticed is that it is not as glowy looking as when I first applied it. However, the skin feels very hydrating. It doesn't feel makeup-y. It doesn't feel tightening. So definitely recommend this one. And this shade is much better than my neutral shade. So if you have rosy undertone and not yellow or neutral, I suggest to go with 1R02 for fair skin. Love that. I love my Hourglass. So for the foundation, I will definitely repurchase the big one once I'm done with that one. For Hourglass, this is the Luminous Bronze Light. Perfect shade for my skin color. I love this nice, warm and neutral, natural, bronzy look to the skin. Definitely recommend this. I've used it on the eyes. I'm not sure if you're allowed to do that. Probably not, from what I've heard from other Hourglass palettes. However, I loved it on my eyes and I will continue using it there too. My YSL in the shade 23. Definitely recommend this shade. It's a perfect shade for all year round. You can use it summer, spring, fall. I think it's a beautiful shade, and I have the pink one as well, but I think I love this one better until I feel like pink vibes, but right now fall vibes. So this is perfect. Dior powder, I do have my other Dior powder, which I think it's discontinued. Nothing bad to say about this. It has really covered this area really nicely. It looks very non-drying. I don't see any issues with it. I would not use it anywhere where there's fine lines, just like with any other powders. I love this. Tarte Shape Tape, this 2 Tarte products. I do have dry skin. I did hear some people saying, and I was afraid of that this is drying for them. If you have dry skin, it's perfect for oily skin types. However, if you love a brightening concealer and more of a full coverage concealer, then this is a good product. I don't mind it on my dry skin and mature skin. I actually love the brightening effect and just go with very little. You can even use less than what I did, and I think it's gonna look even more prettier. I would suggest that if you expect this one to look like this color, at least on my lips, it doesn't. You can see how dark it looks. So keep that in mind. I know a lot of people like the soft nude. This is sold out a lot. To me, on other people, it looked much different than it looks on me. I know I do have dry lips as well, so it's a little bit harder to make the lips look better. I don't mind the color. Like, I love this color on me, something different. I really don't mind it, but I'm telling you that if you expect it to look a little bit more lighter, it won't. Like, you see how light it looks here? That doesn't look like that on my lips. But maybe in combination with your lip color with red, it intensifies this more. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I absolutely love this formula. I would recommend this to anyone. It stays a long time on the lips. Just the color, I wish it was a little bit lighter, that's all. And then of course, this is one of my favorite lip products. It's up there with all of my Dior lip oils and lip glows and lip glosses. Definitely recommend this one as well. And my Danessa Myricks, you guys already know my thoughts on this. Worth it, and from every point of view. Oh, you guys, I forgot to apply this. My Airbrush Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. Let's give it a spray to the face. I love the smell. I miss this product. Oh, I think I made my mic wet. It feels so refreshing. And I'm just gonna go with a sponge and just push everything in. It looks all good. I am loving it. Okay, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I wish you all a wonderful day, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.